You will never be able to save your way to wealth, and the reason why is because we have this thing called inflation. Inflation is devaluing your savings, period. And this is where now it's important for you to be investing your money. Now, there's a lot of different ways that you can invest your money. One thing that I like to do, and I can't tell you what to do, I'm not a financial advisor, I just tell you what I do. I like investing for cash flow. Because when I invest for cash flow, I can get paid with this income without having to sell my investments. Now, where can you generate this cash flow? Well, a couple places where you can generate this type of cash flow is dividend paying stocks and then real estate. Two places where you can start generating cash flow. And so what I like to do here is I take money that I generate, and then I take my money and I put it into these two things. Now, these two things will start paying me with a little bit of income. Now, when I take this income and I put it back here, I can keep generating more income. Now, the question is, how is this going to protect you against inflation? Well, if you think about real estate, what happens when you see inflation? Rental prices grow up. Now, in addition, you have expenses that rise as well. You see your property taxes rise, you see your insurance costs rise, you see your maintenance costs rise. But the goal is if all of your expenses rise by 10% and you increase your rent by 10%, well, now you're ending up in a net positive. I'll show you. Let's assume that you can rent a unit for, I don't know, $1,000 a month, and your expenses are $500 a month. Now, if your expenses rise by 10%, that means your expenses go to $550 a month. And if you can increase your rent by 10%, that means your rent now goes to $1,100 a month. That means now your net income isn't $500 like it was here. Your net income here is now $550. So when you have inflation, that can benefit you as an asset owner when it comes to things like cash flow. Same with dividends. What you'll see is that if you're investing in good dividend paying companies, and I have videos on my channel that I'll also link for you down in the description where I go over how do you find dividend paying assets? How do you invest your money and limit some of your risk? But if you're investing your money into things like dividend paying stocks, the goal is to invest your money into a company that is strong. Now, the nice thing here, if you're investing into a strong company, is when inflation happens, this company is going to be selling the products for more money. Now, again, that's not good for a consumer, but from an investor, that's exactly what you want. Because now when they sell the products for more money, that means now they should have on a dollar basis more profit. If they have on a dollar basis more profit, they have the ability to distribute bigger dividends. So again, you can benefit when you see this type of inflation because now your cash flow starts to rise as well. But again, the difficult part here is starting because going out and investing in real estate is expensive. It takes a lot of cash. It's difficult. There's a big learning curve. I mean, it's hard. I went through it. I know. And when you invest in dividend paying stocks, it takes a long time and a lot of money before you see any sort of significant cash flow. I mean, making the first $100 in dividends takes a lot of money. But the key is you have to get started if you want to see any sort of financial wealth in the future. And you also have to be consistent. Whether you're starting with $100, $1,000, or $100,000, you have to stay consistent. So now, if you're starting with $100, you got to start investing the $100, put another $100 next week, another $100 the week after that, $100 the week after that. And you have to stay consistent with your investments if you want to see any sort of wealth, because the reality is, if you want to be able to fund a financially free retirement in the future, you are going to need more money. Now, could you do off with $1 million? Sure, but my goal for you isn't to just live smaller and smaller and smaller to be able to make this nest egg work. I want you to be able to earn more, that way you can have enough money to live the lifestyle that you want. And in order to do that, you're going to need the income, which comes with the right mindset that are funding the right assets that are hopefully paying you with cash flow. So now, if you want to do that, that means now you need to go out and accumulate more assets. That means you need to work to spend less and earn more so you can buy more of these cash flow producing assets, because you have to be more aggressive as an investor, put more money aside towards investments. Now, do you have to invest for cash flow? No, I like cash flow. Maybe that's not going to be for you. That's just something that I like. But if this is something that you want to do, if you want to have more financial freedom in the future, you will need more money, period. We don't know what inflation is going to look like in 2 years, but what I can tell you is inflation is still going to be around. And it's still going to be around in 10 years, and it's still going to be around in 20 years, and it's still going to be around in 30 years. So now, instead of trying to pretend like we're in this fairy tale world that money is not going to ever change, let's get real with the times. That way you can start making smarter financial decisions today. That way you can protect yourself financially. If you enjoyed this short clip from my longer videos, here's another clip that I think you'll love. And while you're at it, if you're interested in learning more about how to start generating passive income, our team put together an amazing guide on how to start generating passive income for free. All you gotta do is click that button right over there. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep hustling.